Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hi, I'm Michael.
This is Cleve.
And this is
Friendship
Friendship Supreme. We're the podcast that dares to ask, which Will Smith Genie do you like more?
Blue or black?
If you don't say the black one. Anyways.
I feel like blue's the minority.
That's true. Depending on what world we're talking, yeah.
So, I'd like to start this episode by sending you on a quick tangent, because I've talked to you about Blue Genie before, and you yelled at me a lot. So, I'm going to say, I don't like how the Blue Genie looks. Go.
So my opinion on this is that I wish people would just get off the nostalgic high horse and watch the movie. Simply because I think that everybody's like, oh my god, I love Robin Williams' Genie so much, and if it's not Robin Williams' Genie, then it's not the Genie.
Spot on impression.
Literally let the movie happen, guys. It's coming out, whether you like it or not. Look, they paid... the only point that's ever been made was by Cleve. That makes any sense to me whatsoever is that perhaps his face didn't have to be Will Smith. To this, I will say, they spent a lot of money on Will Smith to be in this movie, so they're definitely going to use his face. Is he going to be the exact Genie that Robin Williams was? No. And if he was, I wouldn't watch the movie, and I'd probably hate it if I did. Because it is something completely different, and it's frustrating that people keep trying to compare the two together. I'm excited for this movie. The new trailer came out. It looks amazing. Everything looks good. Cram it down your pants.
Okay. Now, having said that, your point of you spent a lot of money on Will Smith doesn't necessarily make sense because the movies with the animals, I'm sure they paid those actors too. Who's in the Lion King?
Yeah, but if a Lion King happened to look like if Zazu looked like John Oliver, I'd be like, this isn't real. It's a genie. Genies aren't real. It can be whatever we want it to be. Zazu's a toucan. I know what a toucan looks like.
Okay. So I want everyone to hear what Michael just said. And I want you to take everything he's saying in. I appreciate him giving me the one credit because I just felt like it could have just been CGI. Done. And nobody could have complained because it just looks like a CGI Genie. You're finished with it, right? I will say after seeing the trailer, I'm okay with how it looks and the going back and forth from Genie to Genie. Now, we can come back and talk on Aladdin. But now, with what you just said...
Uh-oh. Did I talk myself into a corner?
And your feelings on, it's a genie, it's not real, it's going to look how it looks, the movie's coming out, there's nothing you can do about it. How do you feel about how Sonic the Hedgehog looks?
Oh, it's rough. It's rough. Here's the difference. It's rough. I'm not excited about it. I didn't, in all honesty, I didn't realize that this was even a thing until you sent me the concept art for it.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. It's rough. I'll tell you though, so I don't have as much of an attachment to Sonic as I think you do. Like, I read some of the comics when I was younger, watched the cartoon, played the games, but never felt like attached to that character. Much like I don't feel attached to any Sega character.
Okay, so everybody hates Sonic and how he looks.
Yes.
They're
still gonna
yourself.
They're still gonna make it, and he's still gonna come out. Just like Angry Birds.
I just find it so funny that you have this strong feeling of Will Smith as the Genie.
Because in this household and on this podcast, we have a very familiar mantra that Disney does no wrong. We can't question them. Mm-hmm. I have to put my faith in Disney that they're going to do it right, and it's going to be amazing. Who's the production company that's making the Sonic movie?
I don't know. I'll have to get somebody to look that up.
Because whoever's doing it, I don't have faith in, unless it's Disney. And I promise it's not Disney.
Are you telling me that you're not comfortable with Jim Carrey being Dr. Robotnik?
Oh, I didn't know that was
Yeah.
that could be fun. Here's what I would offer up to you in this situation. What is the last good movie that was made off a video game that holds its quality in time?
Mortal Kombat 1.
It does not hold its quality in time. It through time.
2 does not. 1's okay.
Even 1 is rough now. I will agree that the nostalgia may make you
Dude.
go, "Oh, I like it," but it's rough. Like watching through it the other day.
Street Fighter.
You're lying to me. Don't talk to me. I'm stupid.
Quick, change the channel.
You had Super Mario Brothers. I
don't
may
know.
be the only one that gets any enjoyment out of that movie. It's just hilarious. But Spider-Man 3.
Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raiders.
They did do successful. Didn't stick to any of the actual video game itself.
What do you got to stick to? I go get artifacts. I'm a hot chick.
All right.
Can you tell me any story of any Tomb Raider game?
No.
Right.
So there you go. Tomb Raider. The one successful video game movie. And I don't know that we consider it successful, but...
Nah, man. Doom. With The Rock.
It was horrible. The only good part of the whole movie that I liked was when they went into first-person mode.
Oh, that was the roughest part for me.
Oh, no, I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed The Rock. Because besides the fact that I enjoy him in everything, he was just so aggressive. It was the best.
We sent Stephanie on some of the harder missions, in case you're ever wondering, because I don't think there's anything out there about Sonic the Hedgehog.
I mean, she chose to look up what he looks like on her own. To figure out who's making the movie, that was you.
Paramount Pictures?
They also made Woody the Woodpecker. The more recent one.
50-50 shot, man.
No, man, there's no 50-50 in this. I'm just
You tell me they don't make any good movies?
No, they make good movies, live action. They don't make good... But, here's the thing. The Disney movie, the Aladdin movie is going to be made with high quality.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like when other studios do it, much like the Angry Birds movie or the Emoji movie, they're
Angry
just...
Birds movie was gold.
You may be the only one that thought that, but okay.
Danny McBride being the farts blowing up bird. I don't know what their names were.
So, Sonic the Hedgehog, it's going to come out. I probably will never see it.
No, I'm going to take you. I'll buy you a ticket.
It's, honestly,
we're going to do a whole episode on it.
It would be worse than eating a bag of sardines. Yeah, that's how I feel about Sonic. And
I will say with the trailer for Aladdin, they look like they've kind of pulled it together more.
Why does Will Smith like to spin around with the camera?
He loves it so much. Also, I know he is because I've seen him do things. But is Will Smith a good actor?
Yes, he's like a good friend of the podcast, and we all love him. And he's amazing.
He kind of just Will Smith's role.
Do you remember when he punched the alien in the face?
Yeah,
and then smoked a cigar?
Right, that was him being Will Smith.
Acting.
Every once in a while, well, more than every once in a while, but he does films like The Pursuit of Happiness was a really solid one. 7 Pounds was a really solid one.
Even I Am Legend was good.
I Am Legend, he was a lot of Will Smith. It's like in his contract to be like, damn, and
like
and that's hot. Like those like have to be in his movies. Bad Boys 1, 2, and coming up 3. Shark Tale. Forgot about Shark Tale. Jack Black was.
iRobot. He was very much Will Smith. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Again, I just named several movies where he is a great actor, but sometimes
Will Smith, you keep doing you, man.
Suicide Squad, Deadshot, he was Will Smith.
No.
Yes, he was. When he said, "Your girl's over there acting up," go over there, smack on the ass, get her to act right. Paraphrasing, that was Super Will Smith. The defense rests. Dun, dun,
anyway, Will Smith, you keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't listen to Cleve.
No, man, listen to us. What are you doing?
No, he's listening to us. I mean, don't listen. Don't take what you're saying to heart.
You can't get better without this criticism.
What's the next trailer, man?
Rocket Man. Let's talk about Rocket Man.
Did they do this because, well, I guess they would have had to have gone into production prior to Bohemian Rhapsody. So, for those of you who don't know, Rocket Man is going to be the Bohemian Rhapsody version of Elton John.
Yeah. Where it's almost like, let me find someone who makes amazing music, and I want to make a movie about them.
Yeah.
Also, what happened to the day in our age where you had to have passed away before you got a movie? Before it was few and in between. But it seems to be happening a bit more now. Not that I'm not excited that Elton John's still alive, but it's odd.
Freddie Mercury's dead.
Yes, thank you. And thank you. I just feel like it was odd that I guess I didn't see it coming, but I saw it coming because of all the awards that Bohemian Rhapsody won.
That's what I was saying. Like, is this? Did we make it and we were gonna hold off until he died, and then we're like, oh wait a minute.
Wait a minute, we can do this
Freddie
now.
Mercury did.
And I like that actor. I can't really ever remember his name. He's the Kingsman guy.
John Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Most people know him as. He did that Robin Hood movie that nobody saw.
I didn't know that even came out. Yeah.
Remember when you were like,
I'm gonna go see Creed 2.
Anyway,
Pretty sure I took that out of that episode.
it looks fantastic, I think.
Yeah, no, it looks good. I mean, Elton John's got great music. Ricky Bobby's down.
He's on fire?
I'm on fire. Help me, Oprah. Yeah. It looks good. Elton John makes good music. It looks solid made. Better than the Dewey Cox Rock Hard movie.
You're a liar. I also don't think that they're going to shy away. I mean, I don't know how you can, but it doesn't look like they're going to shy away from his sexuality.
Yeah, that was like a big complaint about the Bohemian Rhapsody was that they kind of shied away from the.
It looks like
the men that
it
Freddie
is
Mercury liked.
very present in this one.
Yeah, I think you'd have to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's less of a bisexuality and more of just
this is who he is, yeah. And he's here to, talk about it.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, you can't skip that one
Do I
by.
get to watch his knighting?
Huh?
Do I get to watch them knight him?
I have to imagine that's in there.
Yeah. Sir Elton John.
But here's the thing. When someone's still alive, when do you cut the movie? Like, what's the end? Was it when he won for Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
I would like to think it's when he performed with Elton John, or with Eminem.
Yes.
So that Eminem felt better about himself when he was slandering every homosexual.
To be fair, everybody was saying things were gay at that time.
Elton John just happened to throw him a life preserver.
Elton John gets it. He's the future, even though he's older.
He's a rocket man.
Next, let's tackle Dark Phoenix.
Fox, you sold the stuff. Just leave it alone.
I mean, I think they were so far in prediction that they couldn't stop.
They could have.
But here's the thing. You think you're going to get me, but you're not. You think you're going to try to look good, huh? No. I never saw Apocalypse, and I'm not seeing this one.
I did see Apocalypse.
Right.
The only good thing out of the entire Apocalypse movie was that Storm. The girl that plays Storm actually does a really good job. Can we bring her into...
Or her.
I know, can we bring her into the...
Yeah, she'll just marry T'Challa. Done. But yeah, no. You look good, but I don't trust you.
Yeah. I can't remember the actress's name, but she plays Sansa Stark in the Game of Thrones. She's real popular right now. But she just doesn't sell it for me.
You know what's impressive is Jennifer Lawrence has gone on record saying, I don't want to do these movies.
But she's going to do a great job in every one of them. She's also another person that stands out as doing a decent job.
Yeah, but the thing to me is, when did we start... It's because of who she is, but when did we start saying we need to push Mystique to the front?
Agreed.
She needs to be the mutant that we're focusing on.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
I enjoyed...
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner. That's the place Sansa. Thank you. I enjoyed. She had an interview once where they were talking to her, and they asked her something about what kind of underwear she wears when she's painted blue. She's like, "Why is that the question you asked me?" She was, "You're not asking these guys that kind of stuff."
They did the Black Widow too.
Yeah,
and
like
her leather.
They
suit.
ask weird questions. Like, men are creepy sometimes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucks. But anyway, no, I think Jennifer Lawrence was actually pretty good as Mystique, and I agree. Yes, Mystique is not necessarily a character, but I think she, in the First Class era, she's supposed to be the whole, be comfortable with yourself and who you are, and that's why she's blue all the time.
Could have been Beast or Nightcrawler, or like a more hero. Yeah,
that's what's weird is they keep pushing her as a hero.
Yeah,
and she's not. But anyway, no, the movie looks like a joke. It really does.
Michael will see it.
I probably will. I really liked the Dark Phoenix saga in the cartoons and in the comics, and
it was really good. It's so unfortunate though. I'll have to wait until I can't go to a theater for it.
No, when I saw Apocalypse. I saw Apocalypse at home. Maybe we'll have a watching party, like a live viewing party. Can we watch that? And you guys watch us watching that, and we'll tell you everything.
How long is that video?
Hour and 45.
It's gonna be like
live stream.
No, the mystery.
Science yeah, with tracks.
Maybe we'll just show.
There's enough original content going on up here, which we have plenty of. I don't think we can get copyrighted.
Detective Pikachu
looks so much better than it should.
You have no right to look that good. The idea for this movie is so dumb.
The audacity of you just flaunting your business.
I am so pumped for this movie. It makes no sense.
It looks so good.
It frustrates me because
Even just directing traffic, and I'm okay with it.
Out of the way of the Snorlax, who's like sleeping in the middle of the road. Like, Ryan Reynolds doesn't even change his voice. He's just talking like normal Ryan Reynolds. There's no reason that this movie... It's based off a video game. It's based off a video game.
Yeah. So I never played Detective Pikachu.
Me neither.
Couldn't bring myself to do it.
I kind of want to now, though.
Yeah. But only if the Pikachu talks in Ryan Reynolds' voice.
God.
But it looks really good.
It
has a really solid looking plot and
nice Easter eggs everywhere.
Nostalgia City, yeah. Just drop in all that.
Charizard looks amazing.
You did.
Did you see the Gengars?
I did. The Lickitung looks real creepy. Which is perfect because he should.
Yeah. And you know what? Every Pokemon looks as they should in the real world.
And it doesn't look out of place?
Yes. Except for Apom, that purple monkey with the scary face. That face haunts my dreams. Anyway, Shazam.
It didn't happen.
Anyway.
I was expecting to change. I'm sorry, guys. They had him yell Shazam in a bunch of different languages, and it was funny because he just saying Shazam.
Different accents, maybe?
No. He's like, okay, do it in French. He goes, Shazam! I'm like, okay, I'll do it in Chinese. Shazam! I mean, you can't change it. It's the word. I am Groot. Yo soy el Groot. Groot.
Yeah, I'm pumped about this one, too. Actually. DC doesn't do a good job of reeling me in. I really want to see this one.
You know what? Because I'll let you kind of...
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not going to take your point.
I don't remember what my point was.
To Cleve's point that we and him were talking about the other day, there's the first character in the DC universe so far that's just genuinely been happy to be, or pumped to be a superhero.
Which seems like, I've never read his comics, which seems like the animated series version of him.
Yes.
Where he's just super pumped to be on the team. Like, or when he's running through the shopping mall and he throws the 5-foot Batman at the bad guy.
He goes, get him, Batman! Yeah.
And he goes, I am Batman. He goes, get him, Batman!
Thank you for the reenactments.
It was good.
It was good. It looks good, and, I mean... The only thing I can hope for more is, I don't know if you remember, there's a fight scene where, in the animated world, where Superman and Shazam are fighting. And to turn the fight, Shazam grabs him and leans back and screams out Shazam repeatedly, and lightning just continues to strike Superman. That's the only thing I could ask to be in there that I don't think that they're already going to include. But his foster brother, they seem like they have a really great connection, both the kid and the adult. The adult might have a better relationship with him than the kid.
So, I have two parts to this.
Okay.
First is I feel like Funko had a spoiler that they didn't even really say, hey, here's a spoiler. By the way, we collect Funko Pops. Just a few. We have so many. So many. But Funko came out with their Shazam line, and they posted, okay, this is the Shazam ones, and you see every one of the foster children is a superhero. And it's like, okay, you kind of ruined this for me. Because that could have been a really cool moment. In the more recent animated version or series that you're talking about, that's 5 children as one person. So it's actually really all the foster children say Shazam together, and they all become Shazam. Which is an odd thing, but it's a collective consciousness. And then my second thing is, I'm still praying to everything that exists that Dwayne The Rock Johnson's going to show up
As Black Adam.
as Black Adam.
I don't know who I've not done any research.
Not familiar with the guy. My hope is that he's just some shill. Like he's like, oh look, there's this bad guy, and he's going to show up in like the first 20 minutes, and they're going to deal with him. He's going to get his butt whooped, but then all of a sudden Black Adam shows up.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, don't remember, never knew, 4 years ago,
Yeah, and
The
counting.
Rock was in an interview at one point, and they were like, hey, when are we going to get you in a superhero movie? And he's like, actually, something's in the works right now. And they're like, oh, can you tell us who? What are we talking? Well, he goes, it may not be a hero. He goes, but I'll give you with one clue. All you have to do is say his name. And so that, at that point,
we're led to believe
that he's going to be Black Adam. Right. So I genuinely hope and may let out a squeal at the movie theater if he shows up. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my take on Shazam.
We'll skip over, since we're talking about Dwayne The Rock, the Tooth Fairy Johnson, and go to Hobbs and Shaw.
He was also in Game Plan. You let that sink in.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw is a movie in the extended Fast and Furious universe. Who knew they had an extended universe where we said these characters are so good that we're just going to cram them in something else?
These two characters are so funny and good and work well together that we're going to cut out the rest of the entire franchise and just start these two. Can I make a point of, if this would have just been a movie with these two characters and they had this, you could have given them a quick backstory, because I don't know anything about them. They give a backstory in the trailer. I would kind of be interested in this movie. But because it's connected to the Fast and Furious, I don't know if I'm
Interested?
Yeah.
So the Hobbs character I know a little bit about. The other one I don't know much about from the Fast and Furious movies. My wife loves all the Fast and Furious movies, so we have to see them when they come out. I'm not super excited about it every time they do, but it is what it is.
But like I said,
they're good characters.
Yeah.
Jason Statham basically plays the same person he played in
Transport,
except for he's not as vulgar.
Remember that one time they put him in the medieval times, and he just still talked like himself.
It feels
The whole
accurate. I remember.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh man,
He's not a great actor in my opinion.
he's another one of those actors that just plays
Himself
himself
all the
over and over again.
Yeah, the movie looks okay. Hobbs is supposed to be, Dwayne, basically. Just, I'm a badass, and I do what I want. And, yeah.
You know what I love about The Rock is that in every movie he's in order to explain how massive this man is, they just have to give him some kind of military background. And that's like, okay, well, that's obviously why he can do these things, is because he has a military background.
I didn't think he was homeless once.
Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah, with that quote where he's like, I had $7 in my pocket and I knew I was going to turn my life around. I'm like, God bless you, because you did it, man.
Yeah, you did.
You got there.
Thanks for being a fan of the show, too.
Toy Story 4?
I mean, so far, Key and Peele has been the best part about this whole entire
The
thing.
best. Any reason to get those two together?
Which is so weird because at this point, Jordan Peele is off doing amazing things in his own career.
Like the movie Us and Get Out.
Get Out.
And then he's doing...
So
the Twilight Zone?
Yes, Twilight Zone. And then I feel like he has some kind of cartoon or something coming out soon, too.
I don't know about that one.
He's got a lot of things in the works. And it's kind of gone away from...
The movie Us that he's doing. I don't like scary movies.
You hate scary movies.
But I gotta know. I gotta know what's happening. I gotta know where the twin doppelganger people came from. I have questions.
I enjoyed the little kid that wears the mask.
Yeah. And to find 4 actors who can play both, the 2 Black Panther characters back together, which I enjoy, and a creepy way to play I Got 5 on it. I mean, it's just all around brilliance to me. Like I don't like scary movies, and I want to go see it.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll happen because I don't like scary movies. Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
It was so good that somehow we started on Toy Story 4, and ended up talking about.
Well, because I don't know anything else.
No, I don't blame you.
Oh, there was that trailer with the popsicle stick man.
Yeah, which was weird.
And they never spoke on it again. Where they were like going in circles holding hands, and then
you
he
saw
was like,
him and he's just screaming.
yeah, he's like, I'm not supposed to be here, and he's like freaking out. No answers, no nothing.
Yeah, Toy Story 4 is not giving us a lot other than Key and Peele as stuffed animals,
Which I need.
Yeah, no, it's pretty great.
I only hope that they recreate Key and Peele skits throughout the show or movie.
Because that's basically what it is. If you haven't seen the trailers yet, it's just skits that they've done before, but in stuffed animal form. And at one point, he says, "To infinity and your mom." And that was basically the highlight of my entire childhood.
Yep. On the Disney train, we're going Dumbo.
It looks great. I'm not excited about it. Yeah, I know I said that really weird, but I just...
Great's is strong.
No, I think it looks great as far as like the visuals of it. I don't like Tim Burton, first off, which Cleve hates me for.
Wrong.
And I don't care for the Dumbo story in the first place. So that's where I'm at.
Well, I need to know if Jim Crow's going to come back.
Yeah, the Crows will probably be in it, man. But they're gonna be like so different.
Like British?
Yeah.
British Crows?
Like
Australian? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, don't try to backpedal now, Disney. You've already done it.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it looks good. Danny DeVito looks creepy. He looks like the Penguin before the Penguin became the Penguin.
I enjoy that they're together again.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton and Danny DeVito. Come on, give us more Batman.
But yeah, no, I don't
role's
care
open.
for Tim Burton. I especially don't like Tim Burton live action films. That being said, I can only think of one right now off the top of my head. Versus, I liked Sweeney Todd, which I believe he was a part of. So, but
He was a part of. He did it.
well, I mean, hold on a second. He didn't do it. There was an entire Broadway show about Sweeney Todd before Tim Burton ever touched his grubby little hands on it.
But then he put his little...
He literally just keeps grabbing things so he can shove his wife into random movies with Johnny Depp.
But you liked it.
I liked it. But see, I liked the songs from it, and that has nothing to do with him.
So you didn't like the movie?
I liked the movie.
And next we have...
You know what I really hated? Nightmare Before Christmas. It's the worst children's film of all time.
Such a dumb opinion. Like, most opinions aren't dumb. This one's
I'd rather
dumb.
allow my child to watch Chucky.
When I watch her, I'm
Child's
going to watch
play.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
You're not allowed to touch my daughter anymore.
Watch.
I mean, you won't touch your daughter.
I said watch my daughter.
Okay, watch.
Way to make it weird stuff. No?
Thanks a lot,
Okay.
stuff.
That's what I heard.
It's because it's what you wanted to hear. Next, in regards to your stupid Tim Burton comment, Frozen 2?
Nightmare Before Christmas is literally a terrifying nightmare that you can't escape.
that I Remember Before Christmas is a movie about a man who thinks that he needs more in his life than he does, and realizes that everything that he needs is in front of him the whole time.
Kidnap Santa Claus.
It's like the story that everyone needs. Stop trying to overextend yourself and be something you're not.
Terrible.
Oh, but you like when Captain Marvel did it. Frozen 2.
Frozen 2 is coming out soon.
Castaway?
None of it makes sense. Okay, so it's like there's no foreshadowing, no nothing. So you had Frozen end. Okay, I'll be serious about this. Frozen ended, right? Okay, so Frozen ends, and they're like, "Oh, I've harnessed my powers, and now I don't have to kill people, and everything's great."
Were they killing people?
Yeah, I mean, she froze Hans, and then Hans died.
Who was Hans?
The bad guy.
Oh, well, I mean,
the one that faked. No, I understand. It's not that. Get it.
Well,
but she was also running away from people and was like shooting ice things, and they were like coming up to their necks, and like she didn't kill them, right? But they still were terrifying
they
people.
Chiseled them out.
They were her subjects, and she terrified them. But anyways, in the end, everything's great. Everybody loves each other, and all of a sudden, we're now met with. They had the summer something. There was a short. It was like a 30-minute movie.
I know you saw it, man.
What? Yeah, I did. Oh, I saw it. I have a wife and a daughter. Yes, I saw all the Frozen things.
That's why.
I actually really dislike Frozen. I genuinely dislike.
When was James born?
Oh, this one's actually on my wife. 100% on my wife. So the summer thing came out, blah blah blah. It was also got a cold, and it was funny because she started having little tiny snowmen running around there, causing chaos. Then we come to the Frozen 2 trailer, where it's playing super serious music. She's sitting on an island and trying to figure out how to run on water. Which, at this point, if you're trying to do, just build a bridge over it. Just go over.
I feel like the bridge has to have somewhere to connect.
No,
on the end.
man. Straight down. Like a normal bridge. A normal bridge anchors at the bottom. You have some anchors, you go again. She built an entire castle of ice in 30 seconds while singing a song. She can do it.
You think maybe she's just trying to test and learn her powers?
I think she's trying to escape somewhere. That's my thought on this.
That's what it looks like to me too, but
it's like
an
isolation.
That's the only other thing I could think of.
Point two, to the calmness, and then all of a sudden we're introduced to Frozen 2, is every single shot from then on that they show you looks like we're fighting. Like, it's like we're preparing for war, like some war that's just ready to happen, and bad guys happen, we're fighting people. Anna pulls a sword on someone. Sven is riding his reindeer with an army of reindeer behind them. Like, everything is so serious in this trailer. There's no context whatsoever. Things are going down. People are going to die.
I've never been more interested in Frozen than that trailer.
Agreed.
I need to know what's going on.
Yeah, what's happening?
It could easily be swapped out with like Avengers members.
That's kind of how it felt. Like, it felt like, okay, well, is this a Marvel movie? Like, are we
I
just a
was
superhero
waiting for
movie now?
like the dun, 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 dun.
Where's the Stan Lee cameo? Always in the heart. But yeah.
Sven is the reindeer.
Kristoff, thank you. Sorry. Well, in fairness, Sven is riding with another reindeer army behind him. He's just being rode on upon Kristoff.
And
So,
you call yourself a Frozen
man, I'm not a Frozen fan.
Who sings the song? Let it go.
Adina Menzel. That has
Doesn't
more.
know that.
Has more to do with. John Travolta doesn't know that because he called her Nadel Nazim.
I mean, don't make me tell a proposal story.
If I don't say it, Cleve's gonna say it. We sang the Frozen song, and that's how I proposed to my wife. It was romantic.
But Michael,
Love is an open door. And in fairness, had I really thought this through, the villain sings this to one of the nice people and, gets her to marry her and then tries to murder her so he can take her throne. So, honey, watch out.
she ain't got no throne.
This is my castle. You're sitting in my throne, man.
It's nice.
Will do.
Blind's broken. Last movie that I can think to talk about: Men in Black. International.
I don't understand why we need to do it.
Because it makes money. To be fair, if I was Michael Bay and you said, "Hey, make Transformer 25," and I'd say, "You're gonna keep paying me?" and you'd go, "Yeah," I'd go, "All right."
No, at some point in time, you have to have integrity, and you say, "My work is garbage," and I will stop. Stop it, Michael Bay.
His action's great.
Stop it.
Everything else is trash. He just needs a writer. Like, if he just had someone, if someone gave him a good script and was like, "You can do whatever you want with the action, you just stick to the script," he would make a fantastic movie. First Transformers was okay.
Stop it.
Except for when they turned the Mountain Dew and the Xbox. That was lazy. That was lazy advertisement.
I thought you were going to talk about the two racist robots.
No, that was the
Number 2?
second one. Yeah. With the gold teeth. In the first one, though, the one car that talked black is the only one that died.
Ripped right in half. 10 minutes in.
I noticed these things. But, I mean, I kind of feel like they'll have good chemistry because they did Thor Ragnarok together. I don't know how I feel about this Liam Neeson anymore.
I know.
We'll skip that. Keep going.
Liam Neeson's made some boo-boos. We're not sure if we're ready to forgive.
As Key and Peele would say. I don't know if he's my dude no more.
He's not like Mel Gibson level yet. Mel Gibson had a real meltdown. But he's
forgiven because he made Passion of the Christ. Let's be real.
I didn't forgive him. I didn't forgive him for a lot of things he's done. Including...
Think Like a Man? Or What Women Want.
What Women Want, yeah.
That movie, you want to talk about a movie that hasn't aged well. It is What Women Want. He is a terrible person, and we root for him because he's the main character. Anyway, Men in Black International.
Yeah, Men in Black International. Sorry, not in 2. No, I mean it just. What are we gonna do? Aliens gonna take over the world? We're gonna stop them?
Yeah, that was every Men in Black movie.
Right. Stop it. We've seen it.
But
they have the cricket.
But it's gonna be international now.
Oh, so we're in London. Like, we picked the widest international location to be in? You could have been in Canada.
We did it in the States. We never did it overseas, man. It's a whole different ballgame over here.
There's the Louvre.
I wouldn't mind it.
Not in London.
I wouldn't mind it if it was going on at the same time Will Smith was going on.
I just need...
Look at Men in Black stopping all these crises all over the world at the same time.
Well, that takes away from the crisis that they did stop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the world wasn't going to end because of the cockroach. The world was going to end because of all the other 38 cockroaches.
But they got their own story going on. It's international.
I just...
If it was here,
do I need to get a visa to go see it?
Yes.
Thanks, Stephanie, for pointing out that the Louvre's not in London. I think I knew that. I think it's in France. But, I don't know. It has all the... It feels like we're really grabbing because it had all the... just in the trailer itself, it had all the little throwbacks, I guess. It had the cricket. It had the don't push the red button. It had the little guys.
I did like where all the weapons came out of the car.
Guys. Oh, that was cool. It had the little worm guys. It had...
I didn't see a pug.
I didn't see a pug, but I felt like in one of the paintings that they had was J and K.
Correct.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It would be a good action movie, yeah, sure. Does it look like it's going to be like R.I.P.D.? Yeah. Yeah, I made that comparison. You remember that movie.
I do remember that movie. It's rough.
Jeff Bridges was in that movie.
Out of all the movies that we've talked about, what would you want to see the least?
See the least? Dumbo, but I'm going to have to see it. Over Dark Phoenix, yeah.
Or Sonic?
Sonic is not even giving me a trailer. Like, I can't even... How do you rate that if you've never even... Just based off of...
You look into
what it
that
looked
dead
like?
hedgehog's eyes.
He looks rough. No, I still... Dumbo, I think, right now. Oh, sorry. What about you?
Yeah, I really don't have any interest in Dumbo or the Dark Phoenix.
I think Dark Phoenix may at least provide some kind of like, oh, hey, I remember this.
It's hard to invest in characters that I know aren't going to be there for the next film.
Agreed.
We're just going to tell this story again.
Agreed. I don't know. What's the one you're looking most forward to?
Detective Pikachu, man, and
Yeah.
I shouldn't. It shouldn't be this exciting to me, but it looks so good.
We should be making fun of it. Like, we should have a whole episode dedicated to making fun of it based on the premise.
Like, how many people have tried to use Pokemon and have just fumbled it? The anime can't do it right half the time. You can't attack me with Will-O-Wisp.
Is Pokemon Go going to do an event because of Detective Pikachu?
Well, they have to.
We think a Detective Pikachu is going to be in the works.
Load Detective Pikachu hat.
Well, magnifying glass.
When I use him in battle, will he talk like Ryan Reynolds? Tap, 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 tap.
Let us know down below in the comments what you guys are looking most forward to and what trailers look awful. Also, let Cleve know in the comments how terrible Tim Burton is.
You've opened a wrath on yourself that you don't even realize.
I know. I'm ready, guys.
They're going to get you back with a bag of sardines.
I would rather eat a bag of sardines than watch a Tim Burton film.
Such a fool. Except for Sweeney Todd, apparently.
Sweeney Todd was good. I'm gonna give him that. Every clock is wrong twice a day.
One more time.
Every clock is right twice a day.
There we go.
What I said?
Wrong.
What did I say?
Wrong.
Every clock is wrong a lot. Every clock is right twice a day.
Even
Not-
the broken clock is right.
There you go. Oh.
Derek would be embarrassed for you if I corrected you on that.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
I hate you, Tim Burton. After letting us know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below, just keep doing it, man.
And there should be stuff around here.
Feel free to contact us at friendship.supreme@gmail.com.
We have an Instagram. It's Friendship Supreme.
We also have a Twitter. That's Friendship Supreme without the eyes, because all eyes should be on Cleve. And as always, go ahead and drop a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. This has been Michael.
This is Cleve. You ain't never had a friend like me.